How we doing? What is going on, everybody? How are we doing? Emilio, what's cracking, man? Hope you're doing well. We are going to be pumping out our checklist, man. We are so close. Like, look at this. We have only a few items on this checklist remaining until we are basically done. Until we're basically ready to just completely focus on marketing. And of course, we've got a few future updates here as well. But we have, out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Out of the 13 items that were on our checklist, we've completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them, meaning we've only got 5 left. Now, onboarding is probably going to take the longest. Payment gateway, we're in the middle of completing. URL plus backend server goes into payment gateway a little bit. Canceled subscriptions kind of goes into URL. So it's like we're very close. And I think to kind of top it all off, this weekend, I'm planning on doing a big stream. I'm planning on doing a big 10-hour stream this weekend. So if you guys are keen on seeing that, leave a like and subscribe, because yeah, 10 hours is no joke, man. I'm just gonna grind it out, make everything ready, make the launch of this app like, good to go. And yeah, we can pump out a huge 10-hour live stream together. I'm gonna do that this weekend. But Emilio, what's doing, man? Doing great, man. And you? I'm doing well, bro. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I'm ready to get into it. I did the same checklist for my project, and now my OS is out on GitHub in beta. Let's go. See, I'm telling you, man, a checklist is so important, because us developers, man, we got that scope creep, and it just like completely ruins everything. So if you have a checklist, then you're forced to stick to it without kind of implementing all this additional stuff. So you can see in the future updates section, I've added these extra things that are scope creeping, because I'm like, no, I need to focus on getting the app live. I'm going to be here for the big stream. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I'll make a big announcement about it. I kind of just had the idea this morning, but we'll definitely do that this weekend. Look out for that. I'll probably get it scheduled soon. But let's go have a look at our app. So let's not even actually touch. Also, we had the auto script writer website launch while I was waiting. So we can see the mission contracts looking good here. When I open this up, it's gone ahead and completed a website end to end. Now, if it's going to give me the localhost, created index HTML, that's not it. There was a localhost that I saw it on. Now, another thing that's interesting is 11 a.m. This is going to run a cron. So I wonder if I can actually change this. Can I change this to like 8:30? Actually, let's try this 8:7. Let's do 8:17. Save. So in 1 minute, it should run this cron job. If it doesn't, then we've got a problem. Because currently in my time, it's 8:16. So is this going to work? Just gonna wait for a second. This card feels quite full, which is kind of a bit in the way, I feel. Okay, it's been 8:17 and nothing has happened. Let me just open this up. Yep, we can see nothing's happened. Okay, so let's... Oh, no, it worked. It worked. It's running. Boom. The cron worked. That's a success in my eyes. Medjool AI, what's good, bro? I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. All right, the cron job is working right now, so that's good to see. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. I will say, like, this is a bit big. So what I'm going to do is, first things first, I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm going to open up Conductor. Now, for those who don't know what Conductor is, this is my preferred coding environment. It lets me talk to Claude and Codex, or ChatGPT, whatever you like to call it, inside of the same kind of workspace. New update available, give it a quick restart. And now this mission contract, it's just too good. You can't say Ace is not running. I mean, that's true. This is true. So even when I stopped, the glow is still occurring as if they are working, I've noticed. So let me also, before I do that, let me go into... So the auto scripter writer GitHub icon was meant to replace the floating GitHub icon. You can still see that's overlapping it on the top right. Users can now click on that to open up a drop down with the same suggestions. Alpha, what's good? Caleb, how we doing? Slyphorn, yo, Slyphorn, you up hella early today, man. 8:20 a.m., brother. I ain't ever seen you up this early. I'm not gonna lie. Is a pain. I don't know what I'm seeing right now, but I likey. Do you likey? You likey what you're seeing? Is a pain. So basically, I mean, what don't you understand? I mean, to be fair, looking at it, it looks a bit confusing. But just look at it like visually. It kind of like makes sense, right? Like this line connects to here, which connects to here, which connects to here. You feel me? Oof, bro, don't even. Hey, come on, Slyphorn. You know I don't tell fibs, man. You know I don't tell fibs. So I think it's worth bringing up that so this glow that you're seeing around the agent, right? This glow is only meant to occur when the agent is working. Now you can see as soon as the cron job started, I pressed stop and the glow has continued. So that's like a weird little bug that I want to fix. Also, look at this cron job, man. Look how clean that looks. Like it's glowing in and out. If I go to dark mode, how does that look? Dude, look at that, man. I actually really like the cron job icon. But anyway, yeah, you can see it's kind of glowing here. It's a bit more visible in light mode, but I'm just going to go ahead and select. Maybe I'll select the whole thing so it understands. When starting a cron job, the cron job worked. However, I instantly stopped it because I just wanted to test if the cron job would work, right? However, the glow around each AI agent, this is the same glow that shows when it is working, has continued to stay on the agent. This is like a small glitch I've noticed. Can we please fix it? Also, for those that are joining today, I am planning on doing a big live stream this weekend. I'm going to do a big 10-hour live stream. So if you're keen on that, be sure to leave a like and subscribe because 10 hours is crazy. And I'm going to be doing it this weekend. I'll schedule the live stream soon. But yeah, keen to hit that up. PN, I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. How you been doing? How you been doing? Do you have any coding experience previous to this? How do you run your security audits? Just repos that are goated? I'm getting into that side now, looking at code. I have zero coding experience. All right, guys. Like when I first started out, you can literally go look at my first ever live streams. I have zero coding experience. Like, it's actually kind of cringy looking at those first live streams because you literally can just tell I have no freaking idea what I'm doing. And there would be like people in the chat and they're like backseat driving me. And I was like happily listening because I had no idea what I was doing. So it was like, they're joining me and they're like telling me, hey, you actually meant to be doing this instead. You should actually prompt Claude like this. Make sure you clear your chat. Otherwise the AI is going to hallucinate. They're like telling me all this information. And I feel like because I live streamed, I'm actually really grateful for it because I feel like I was able to meet a lot of cool people who have been able to help me along this journey and really like propelled me and my growth when it comes to this area and this space. So no, I have zero coding experience. I know nothing about code. All I know how to do is to prompt and use an AI stack effectively to create an app. That's literally all it is. I think, coding definitely, the background helps. I know Slyphorn's like running laps around me when it comes to this sort of stuff. But I do think that, the better AI continues to get, the ideas that you have and how you're able to express them cohesively and concisely is going to matter more and more. Hey, what happened to the UI of your app? The lines are going on top of the next of the GPTs. I think the line should attach to square only. You talking about this thing right here? This little section, this little overlap? Is that what you're talking about? Medjool? I don't fully like it either. I'm probably going to change it. But yeah, this little overlap here, I don't love. I think if I removed this entirely, this square right here, I think it would look better. Yeah, I can see that. Let's effing go, doobie. Wait, today you have some idea of what you're doing, LMAO? Amelia talking shit as always. Let me chuck in Claude Design. So this is my setup for those that don't know. I actually use Claude Design to basically plan out every kind of major iteration or feature that I like to create. Then I'll get Codex 5.5 to build it because Codex 5.5 is elite. And then I actually get Claude Opus 4.8 to review the code that Codex built. And the reason that I do this is because if you actually get the same model to review its own code, then the chance is that there's likely going to be biases because the same model reviewing its own code, they kind of like, it doesn't like work. It's almost like you're getting yourself to proofread your own essay. So if you get like another model to review the work, then it's coming in with no bias and it's able to actually poke holes in it more effectively. So if you've never done that before and you're kind of, stuck to just using a single model, then I highly recommend like just get like the cheaper plan for the other model, for whatever other model you want. It could be DeepSeek, it could be Claude, it could be Gemini, and then get that to review your code. And I guarantee you'll see a difference. So we've done that. I will say that inside of what I don't like is this mission contract. See how much wasted space there is in this mission contract? Like you've got this like empty space up here. You've got this space between here, all this space here. Like I feel like it could be a lot smaller. I don't like how much of the screen it takes up. So what I'm going to do is inside mission contract, you can kind of see this one looked a bit smaller. So yeah, let me take a screenshot. How much Claude design tokens do I have? I think I've got a few. I think it reset, so we should be able to just go hard today. Maybe I'll do the same with Stream. Just finish folder architecture, markdown file structure, security is next. I'm just fearful I make websites for companies that are highly breachable. Ooh, yeah. So another thing worth noting as well is when I actually first started, I would leak a lot of my like API keys and stuff. So it's worth noting that there is a skill in knowing what you can and can't show. But is a pain. Like consider like maybe it's just the UI design that you share. Maybe you just share like a lot of that more front facing stuff and you don't share the back facing stuff. But yeah, also you need to know that like when you are live streaming, you're not always working on your project. Like a lot of it is also just interacting with you guys. And you know, for some people might find that distracting. You know, some people might think, oh damn, that's actually like inhibiting me from working more on my project. But the way that I look at it is, look, this took 6 minutes, right? This took 8 minutes. Like during this period of time where the AI is like working, you're kind of like just not really doing anything. So I feel like you can socialize a little bit. And I've noticed that now that I've done it, not only is it higher leverage, right? Because I'm coding while I am also growing my audience and interacting with you guys. It's also more enjoyable to work now. Like I remember I used to just work by myself in my house, right? Like everyone has like an office job, they'll go to work and they have like colleagues and stuff. I don't really have that. So I've noticed when I live stream, it's more enjoyable because I actually get to like hang out with you guys and it's like makes me want to almost work more. Does that make sense? Security is the most complex domain in informatics to apply and to learn, so be careful with Stream. Yeah, 100%. I will say, and you know, you don't have to listen to me here because they have sponsored an upcoming video, but these guys called Test Sprite are really cool. And I'm not saying this because they're a sponsor. I actually reached out to them for this sponsorship, but they have this tool that connects to your GitHub and basically literally breaks your app and then tries to find like ways to fix your code and stuff. So obviously this isn't like 100% like if you use this, your app is protected, but it's a step that will help kind of bring your app closer. So you can kind of see, like check this out if you haven't. They let you do one free run. They give you like 150 credits for free, so you don't even need to pay to test it. What I would recommend is connect an older GitHub repo, not like anything you're working on right now, and just give it a go. Like I tried it for this other project I was working on. It did a pretty good job of like clicking through the buttons and like you actually provide it your product requirements document and a description of your app, and then it goes and tries to find those features, and it's pretty interesting. So yeah, check out Test Sprite. They're pretty cool. We can probably continue here. And all I'm going to say is, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I'm just going to go in here and just say, the mission contract is actually taking up a bit too much space right now. It takes up maybe nearly 1/4 of the screen goes towards this mission contract. And so I want to find a way to actually compress it. Like, can we make it a bit smaller? I might even just take a screenshot of the entire app so it can understand that this is how much space it's taking up. Also, I haven't done this in a while, but check out how clean this logo is, man. Look at that. Look at how cool that is. Oh. Boom. So you can click on this. on the bottom right hand side, you can see if there's any updates. Yeah. Another thing I did notice, if I take a screenshot of this, is go back out, probably open this in a new tab. But I don't, we just changed up these live kind of thumbnails and they don't look that good. So I'm actually going to go back into, I think it was Ace. It's not sign in flow, it's card identity standalone. It might be this one. So I think I prefer Orbit. So we've just implemented the live board fallback. And you can kind of see that they still kind of look similar. So I'm wondering, can we go for more of an Orbit theme? And can we find a way to change the colors or something to make it feel more differentiated? So this is what I feel like it would look good, is this one right here, because this feels cool and like subtle enough to not be overly complicated. Right now, you can see it moves a little bit, but I don't know, I don't love it. Okay, new update, we can restart. This should ideally fix the GitHub icon up here, yes or no? Yes, okay, so now we click it and it comes up here. So when I click it, I still have to press this button to close it. I need to be able to press this button and press it again to close it. So it's close, but no cigar. Currently, we're in the right direction. Right now, when I click it, it opens up this menu. However, I have to press the GH button to close it, when I should just be able to click the auto script writer GitHub pill again to close it. Also, I want to, I mean, we can kind of leave it for now. I just want to make sure that we get this right in the compaction. And I might even try to yeah, it's tricky because look how much space it takes up, man. Like, I'm wondering if we should remove this. So it's just the title and then this thing. So what I'm gonna do, off to work, boys, killing it, doobie, keep it up. I'll hook you up for a collab when I reach 10 followers. All right, let's go. I'm keen. I'm gonna be patiently waiting for that message. Izza. Let me go into over here. And what I kind of want to do is I think I just want to remove this. And then I think we can remove this. Like, this is kind of like obvious. Although, what does it look like when I actually give it something to do? Do I need to do I need to remove this? Okay, it's running. The pipeline is working through the mission contract. Agents are building. Ready for a run. Okay. Interesting. Do I keep this or not? Chat. What do you reckon? Like, is this section important? Or does it just take up space? Just want to make sure it's using up as little space as possible. Yo, Doobie, have you seen my message? Okay, from a UI and UX designer experience, I would suggest a second square similar to your output square on the GPTs, and then you have the glow under it touching your output square. Wait. So are you saying that it should be this block here and then it connects to the thing? Is that what you're saying? The other thing also worth noting is when we have multiple agents that aren't in because it needs to be flexible, right? So let's say, look at when it's like this, right? See how it shouldn't actually have these here at all? Like, I just want to remove these entirely. This came up on accident. So I actually kind of want to get rid of this reads original prompt plus Milo, reads original prompt. Like, you know what I mean? I just feel like it's adding bloat for no reason right now. Like, let me actually do that. Let me do that right now. Underneath the AI models, there are these little squares that say reads original prompt plus Milo. This is just causing unnecessary bloat in the board. Can we remove these little squares entirely? Yeah, let's remove that. I don't even know why it added that. It kind of added that out of nowhere. Actually, let me work on that prompt a bit more. This should all just happen in the back end without the user having to see anything front facing. See it front facing. Now I'm pretty sure if I click on this, inside of the agent brain, okay. Now, yeah, I think we could definitely remove this. Maybe add text saying closer together. Less padding. Remove unnecessary text. I definitely spelled unnecessary wrong, but hey, this isn't a spelling bee. Okay. Well, we could probably get rid of this because it's just kind of already, like, up here is enough information to know if your thing is running or not, you know? And I reckon we could just put it here. This little dot can just go like up here. Move live dot move live dot to heading. Let's see what Ace came up with. So Ace is also gone ahead and removed a few things. By the looks of it, it's looking tighter, which is interesting. See, this is cool. Yeah, this is cool. Now there's a bit more differentiation, right? Let me go ahead and share this, export as a standalone HTML. I mean, this one's not bad. I think we can summarize the titles as well. So it's just one line. So for example, it would just be macOS binary calculator. Toggle mission GitHub action menu. Let's restart, see if that changed anything. I'm gonna chuck some music on. That was loud. Alright, we're gonna change the Ace live identification. The music's still a bit loud, chucking it down a bit more. I think it is. Redesign icons, I think it's this one. Please redesign the thumbnail icons to this. Cool. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, see, that looks way cleaner. Standalone, download. Actually, can I stop? Yes. Can we also design a drop down for the GitHub pill? When the user clicks it, they should be able to drop down and have multiple options. This is what it looks like right now. It looks ugly. Best prompt of the day. By the way, always simplicity is the key, but if you want to add information, you can add it via hover effect or by having a small info button so when users can understand how it works. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. Hover effect is definitely like tooltips, right? Tooltips. Silly Led, what's good? I see we are at the bottom left today. Yeah, constantly changing, man. You never know where I'm going to be, bro. You never know where I'm going to be. Nah, I actually found out bottom left is like the least things that I'm like covering. I noticed there's actually a lot of shit on this side so that when I have my camera here, you guys can't actually see what I'm doing. So bottom left seems to be the best spot. Quick question, are you vibe coding this project? Yes, I am. Bitcoin rich AI. Man, that's like, you got to pick one of those things, man. You're either Bitcoin or you're rich AI, bro. You're either Bitcoin or you're rich, man. Nah, I'm just joshing. I hold a lot of Bitcoin. It's funny how I'm noticing this trend with like a lot of crypto people getting into AI. Like it's kind of interesting. Like they kind of just like wherever the attention is seems to like, there's a group of people that seem to just move around. I'm one of them. I used to be in crypto, I saw a lot of things happening in AI, moved to AI. I think I might have just done it a little bit earlier than a lot of these other guys. So that's designing that. What's this? Remove agent from node. Yeah, we can merge this. Fix stale ace agent glow after cancelled run. The other thing as well is the glow of the arrows is actually the wrong animation. It should be the beads animation. Okay. What if he both lol? He Bitcoin and he rich. Yo, Bitcoin rich, stop screaming at me, bro, with the full caps. What's the quote of the day? I am building a CBDC for Latin American nation using Vibecoding. CBDC, what the hell is that? CBDC. Central bank digital currency. Oh, of course you are. That explains the name. Yes, Conductor is free module. It is only available on Mac devices though. Is a digital form of fiat currency issued by a country's central bank. Dude, that's a big... Yo, Bitcoin rich AI, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's a really big idea. And if this is your very first time vibe coding, I would recommend you go with something smaller, bro. Cause dude, that's interesting, man. I don't know, man. I don't know if banks are just gonna let some random guy with not much credentials just vibe code through ChatGPT how a freaking central bank digital currency. If it's just for a meme coin, like I get it, but CBDC, I don't know, man. I don't know. You kind of lost me there. What's the app about? This is called Ace, and it is my agentic coding environment. I basically want to build a environment for myself to just build apps inside of. And you can, so I'm kind of building the tooling and stuff that I wish I had when I first started out. And yeah, you can basically connect different agents together. You can have them debate together. It's like heaps of stuff you can do. So now it's not letting me click on. All right, we're gonna reduce mission contract. I noticed that when the cron is connected, is it gonna let me delete this? Restart. I noticed that when a cron is connected and I go to write a prompt and hit send, nothing actually happens. I think the act of clicking send should just overwrite the cron element. So another thing I want to change is you can see that we have a mission here, right? That gets auto-generated. But we also have the mission contract up here. And I'm wondering, like, could the mission just be inside of this mission contract? Oh, cool. So now we've got all these changes. Yeah, so you can see the mission here. So we fix this. I believe this is merged. Hey, Akib, how we doing, brother? For everyone in the chat, Akib is my editor for my YouTube videos. So shout out Akib. What's crack-a-lackin', bro? The glowing line is too thick in my opinion. It's distracting. Yeah, so we're actually changing it into this bead animation that we have. Right here. So if this is good to go, I'm just gonna get a quick review on this. I have the credentials and I am a national from that nation. I'm handling, they have a black box with the whole project and I use multi-model orchestration. Okay, I mean, good luck, bro. Sounds like a big job. Personally, I always say, you know, if it's your first time building something with AI and vibe coding, work on something smaller before you tackle something big. Mainly not even because you can't accomplish it, more just the fact that, you know, you need to get the reps in and show that you can like successfully create a small project before you work on something bigger. So like, you know, are you able to get your first 100 free users on an app that's completely free before you sell a $500 subscription? You know what I mean? Like, you want to make sure you're covering your first, get rid of that V card first and then work onto the next thing. Yo, bro, is it possible to do Xcode Vibecoded apps for Apple Store? Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. You're going to be able to do that inside of ACE, the agentic coding environment. And the whole concept is, you know, back in the earlier live streams, if you were watching, I built an autonomous app factory. Around maybe day 20, day 30, you could have a look. And like, it was very possible to autonomously build Xcode apps for the App Store. We've got like 2 or 3 already submitted, and yeah, it worked fine. So now I'm trying to implement that exact same thing, but into this agentic coding environment, ACE. So let's see. We built a binary calculator yesterday through ACE, thanks to Emilio. And yeah, it was built on Xcode with Swift, and it worked fine. WDB base. Let's not forget that the fact that AI does not one-shot and people make mistakes as well. Exactly, right? Like, the one-shots get better and better, but at the end of the day, you can't one-shot $1 billion company. Okay, so let's just figure out what's going on. This is all looking good. I think we can export this as a HTML and send it to our agent to review. Actually, mission contract and the mission element, I'm just wondering if they should be the same or separate. Because they're kind of the same thing. Let me get rid of some stuff. And I'll just explain to Claude Design what I want. So another thing worth noting is we have a mission element on the board, and this comes from the onboarding screen when the user first describes their vision. Okay. Now, I'm thinking we can merge the mission contract with the mission onboarding element because they kind of cover the same like thing. So I think we should actually add a one-line subheading under the heading of the project. And it should just be like a one-line description of what the goal is. Users can then click that to edit, or maybe not edit. Should be a one-line description of what the goal is. And maybe it's not editable just to start. One shot $1 billion company. Someone get Vince on that right now. Yeah, for real. Yeah, I haven't spoken to Vince about Ferret in a while, actually. I wonder how that's gone. I've been building an app for content creators. Just finished with the Instagram API and Claude integrations. It's looking good so far. Yo, good shit, Unk Tones. Congrats, bro. How hard was it to integrate the API for Instagram? Because I'm thinking I'm going to have to do it for my app as well. Is it pretty easy to do or a bit complicated? Yo, also, I should probably mention this, but inside of the school community, it's completely free to join. I am running a subscription giveaway for Claude and Codex, 2 months of the pro subscription. So if you're interested, feel free to join the community. All you got to do is be active and you're in the running. So yeah, check that out if you haven't. Link is in the you can see the Nightbot in the chat has already posted about it. Free AI community, it's right there, the link in the chat. It should be a 1-line description of what the goal is. This is not editable. It was pretty hard, not gonna lie, because the meta dashboard is always changing. Took me 3 days just to navigate through it, but it was also my first time doing it. So yeah, oh man, I hate when they do that, man. Like, why do they make it so complicated for no reason? Yo, DB, do you want a website that helps your UI design? I mean, not really. I'm pretty happy with my UI design, to be honest. I always get complimented when people join. So not really. Why do you ask? Is it like a resource or what is it? Doobie, I'm thinking ACE is for agentic coding environment, but you can ask the agents to write a book, no? So it's not really coding. I mean, that's true. That is true. The way that I look at it is like, it's the ace up your sleeve. Like, it has coding in it. That's true. I mean, hey, man, you got me thinking deeper questions now. Shit. That is a good point. Yo, Unk Tones. What I kind of liked about, I don't know if you've ever used like, is it Fire? What is it? It's Cloudflare. Cloudflare is like super complicated, right? Same as like Meta's dashboard, but they've implemented this handy feature where they have like an AI chat and you can just tell the AI what you want and it goes ahead and like configures everything. Are you big on sub agents? See, Bitcoin Rich, that's why I'm thinking like, are you right for the job, man? You're asking me a question that I feel like a guy that's building a currency for an entire country shouldn't be asking. I'm not gonna lie. Are you big on sub agents? Like that, if you break that question down, it's a very basic question. I don't know if the guy that's building a currency for my country is who I want to be asking that question. I'm not gonna lie, because sub agents is not like a thing that you can be big on. You know what I mean? Like it's just a feature that is implemented into AI that can be used. It's equivalent to asking like a YouTuber, "Are you big on thumbnails?" Like it's just part of the job kind of thing. So you know, I feel like that is quite a like I'm new to vibe coding question. You still at 47K, you really need to start marketing. I really need to start launching this app, but yeah, you're 100% right. I've been stalemated for like 20, 30 days straight. And you know, that's just part of the game, man. Things don't go how they're planned, and that's just what happens when you're transparently building, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna do a big live stream this weekend. It's going to be like a big 10-hour live stream. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll schedule that live stream soon. And hopefully that 10-hour live stream is when we actually build the app and are able to launch it. So yeah, wish me luck on that. Give a quick review on this. Let's remove some stuff. I think we can remove this. We can remove this. We can remove this. Fix loop circles. Remove that. Base onboarding checkout flow. So we can check on the website if the checkout flow is working. So if I go start free, takes me here. I click this, brings me to here. One account for the site and the app. Sign in with Google. I don't know if I like that. This doesn't look like what I asked for. Let me just double check. Damn, but I don't think it would actually do it because API keys are supposed to be hidden and all that. Yeah, I mean, Cloudflare's AI does it for you, man. It gave me the API key to copy paste and everything. It's pretty interesting. Bitcoin Rich AI, thank you for the advice. Hey, sorry for grilling you, bro. Genuinely, that's just what I thought. But good luck, bro. You got this. So I'm pretty sure this is. I just tested out the sign-in flow and it looks different to the actual HTML file that I provided. Here's a screenshot of what it should look like when I click the start free button. And here is what it actually looks like. Now if I continue, then when I click opening, when I click continue to buy any of the plans, continue to checkout, nothing happens. It just says opening checkout and please wait, which leads me to believe that Stripe is not fully integrated properly. Merge the onboarding mission into the contract. There's now a one-line goal subheading. So let's go back here. Stick to palette. The rainbow gradients are giving too much AI. Yeah, you reckon this gradient's too much, like given too much AI? I kind of liked it, to be honest, but I mean, maybe we could make it a solid color. What is your multi-agent linked to? I'm not familiar with the dashboard. It looks sick. What do you mean? This one? This is the app that I'm building, Ace. Medjool and Unctones grilling me on the landing page gradient right now. Do you guys think this one looks better? This one? Maybe we go solid color. Drew, what's good? How you doing, bro? The app I'm using, this is called Conductor. This is my agent. This is my coding environment, and it lets me pick between GPT or Claude, which is really neat. Can we also change the color of the text? I'm thinking do like more of a solid color, like this color right here. Try Noto Serif font for the website instead, bro. Noto Serif. Is it on Canva? Oh, this is cool. It's neat. I rate it. It's a nice font, man. Good pick. But I'm too deep in the hole, man. Drew, you should have come in. I mean, this, maybe we could make these subtexts. Nah, honestly, I'm not trying to get distracted. Drew, you came too late, man. You came too late. You should have been coming earlier when I first started the landing page. But I'm not trying to really make crazy changes right now. This is my coding environment, LMA. Yeah. Yeah, because I forgot. I'm so used to saying agentic coding environment together. And it just, it rolls off the tongue easy, you know what I mean? Just prompt it to optimize the entire landing page. Don't forget the don't make mistakes. Yeah, exactly. I should just tell it that I'm building a $1 billion company. Don't make mistakes on the landing page. That'll fix it, right? But yeah, I'm thinking just low-key, I kind of like this backdrop color. So compared to Ace, you can see it's like different. Color the text. So it is a solid light yellow. I also want solid light, so it is a solid light yellow. So it is a solid light yellow as shown in the HTML. I also want to implement that backdrop yellow glow in the center of the website that is shown in the HTML, which you didn't implement either. Redesign project thumbnail orbits. There was an issue. Let me just chuck this back in here. Fix stale Ace agent glow after canceled run. I think we can go ahead and merge this now. Continue. There should be an update that helps fix the issue with the glowing arrows that Medjool mentioned. Credits restart in 5 minutes. Let's go. Damn. Bro's waiting around, hanging around, as Beetlejuice likes to say. Alright, I think we can remove some of these. We got too many. Delete project. This removes the project workspace and its local data. Let's see if Claude Design fixed the line goal. In the HTML that I export, so the footer map one segment to each agent on the board, colored by its model. The frontier fills agent by agent loopback under any card to play. Okay. I want to export this design as a HTML. Can we make it really clear that the mission element is combined into the mission contract? Okay, let's merge this. Okay, I think let's see, the ACE onboarding checkout flow is currently going. Let's look at the checkout real quick. Nah, Drew, this is a cool font though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think in future I definitely will be using this font. Appreciate the tip. Set a new branch in GitHub for dev app before cancellation subscription. So everything here is literally just, we're waiting on the payment gateway. What's interesting about GPT compared to Claude is you can talk to it while it's working. And the message doesn't get queued. It gets added into while it's working. Super, super interesting. Okay, now I think we can, is there a new update? Not yet. What's good, bro? You building a SaaS now? Damon, how we doing, bro? Haven't seen you in a minute. Where you been, man? Hope life's treating you well. Yes, I am building a SaaS. It's called ACE. It is my agentic coding environment. And it is going to be, hopefully, the tool that I use to build all my future apps on. For Claude Code, there is the by the way to talk while it's working. I do know about the by the way, but it's not the same because the slash by the way doesn't allow you to alter what it's already working on. It allows you to talk about something else. I've been really good, Damon. Thanks for asking, man. What you been busy on? Just work, or you building your own app? What's been going on with you? Did the agent labels get removed? I didn't even check. Yes, they did. Nice. I will say though, not noticing. Maybe it's this next update. Yeah, this should fix the arrow glow module. Yo, that looks so clean. Auto script writer. Yes, there we go. Yo, Medjul, you in chat right now? What do you think? Okay, that's weird. There's this weird arrow glow right here. Is it gonna pop up again? There's like a weird little glow. I need to like grab it as soon as it pops up. Okay. There's this random glowing dot in the middle of the board. Every time I move the board or move an element, this dot gets brighter. What's my codex usage at? Work and vibe coding some apps, same shit. Same shit, different smell. We're at 76% on our hourly 5-hour usage. The orbit cards look really good. Is this good to go? This is still going. I think it's this that it's working on. Here we go. See, that's a good explainer right there. Can we also add a section talking about how the mission contract needs to be quite compact? You can see from the previous build how it interpreted it with all this additional space, so I think we need to be quite clear on that. Yeah, weird ass dot here. Don't know why. Is this? going. The branch is pushed. I'm creating the PR with the checkout regression and UI mismatch called out explicitly. Do not merge. Do not. Okay, cool. Now we can review. Because I think that's what we're missing there, is a review. When do my Claude Design usage limits reset? Resets Tuesday, 11 p.m. Okay. Great point. The loose version wastes a lot of vertical space, and the spec should make compact and an explicit non-negotiable principle. I'll add a comparison section that puts the loose build next to the compact one, the real measured heights, and spells out the density rules. Yeah, dope. Don't tell me you're about to make another one. Nah, okay. I think once that fixed stray board bead glow caused delayed bead circles were visible. So they rendered out the SVG and stacked into that random glow dot. Let me just make sure. Review that. 3 lines of code. Yeah, so what we've changed is the mission contract is not actually adjustable. So one thing I noticed is I wanted to build an auto script writer. And I actually just wanted to build it inside of the ACE coding environment. Inside of the canvas, it just would spit out a script. And it was croned for daily in the morning. And there was no explicit information around me asking for a website. All I wanted was a script every day to come out based off of the research and inside of my niche. All of these tasks can occur within ACE. However, it went ahead and built a landing page website for no reason. Like, it didn't make any sense. Like, this ACE is flexible. You can do all sorts of different things with it, except it went straight to building a website. I want you to look into the agent harness and why it is that this occurred and how we can make that agent harness more flexible so users can ask for all sorts of things and the agents know what it is that they are building. For example, you could build a daily autonomous script writer that emails you a script once per day. Or you could build a website scraper that scrapes your competitors once per month and sends you an email. Or you could build a image generator that generates images for your business around promotions that you're doing weekly. Like, there's so much flexibility with what you should be able to do. It almost makes me think that there needs to be like an AI inside of Ace to help configure this. It feels like Ace itself needs to have this sort of AI brain that understands the user's intent. And I think the best way to implement that is to just utilize whatever AI agent the user connects and giving that a system prompt that has full knowledge over Ace. And whenever the user goes through the onboarding, for example, I noticed that the prompt for each agent role is just a standard copy paste prompt because there's no AI agent to generate that prompt. I think we need some sort of AI agent in the back end to help make this what it needs to be. Is this just N8N? I mean, if it's equivalent to N8 if N8N and Myro had a baby, but what's different is that because it's downloadable on your Mac device, you can actually just connect it to your AI subscription rather than paying for the AI API. So there's a huge benefit there, right? And N8N, there's all these complications around, connecting your API, connecting, whatever, every single little tool that you want to use, connect something. Everything's pre-configured in here. So even like connecting your subscription is super easy on the onboarding. The avatar audience for this app is non-technical people who want to get into AI. They don't have off the rip, they don't have the capabilities to create more complex workflows. Like, for example, I remember when I first started, everyone was talking about agentic loops, looping your agents together so that they constantly work. But how do you build that? There's a lot of knowledge that comes with building something like that. And so creating an environment where you can have multiple agents talk to one another, creating an environment where you can have create loops and feedback loops and iterations and stuff like that is really powerful for non-technical people because now they have access to it too. I'm basically building a tool that I wish that I had when I first started out. That's literally what this tool is. Because, yeah. And I also want to just like have my own environment that I build inside of because I know that I'm on this shit like 24/7. So if I had my own environment to build inside of, I know that it would just constantly get better and better and better because I'm constantly able to just iterate and tweak it as I see fit. So yeah, I really do feel like I can create a competitive product because of the angle that I'm going for. The ability to have multiple agents talk to one another is not something that Claude's going to build. It's not something that ChatGPT is going to build because they don't want you using those other AI models. So I think what I can provide is that ability to create these agentic teams, right? So you have multiple different teams because multiple different AI agents are good at different things. Gemini's good at research. It's good at UI design. Claude's really good at design as well and reviewing. Codex is really good at building the actual app and when it comes to the code base. So what you can do is you can get the best parts of each agent and that really goes a long way, So now all of a sudden you can actually handle these more complex tasks if that's the avatar audience, so yes, you might need an AI agent that will help them create the workflows. Well, we already have an onboarding. So when you go to create a new project, right, you build a team, you name the project, and then you give the project what your mission is. For example, I want to build a landing page for my photography app. You know, you can bring in resources and documents to help support. You can even press the mic button and just talk for like 10, 20 seconds, however long you need. You know, how will you know it's done? What is the final outcome that you'd be happy with? And then it goes ahead to let you build the team. Like, do you want 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 2, 1? And you know, in the onboarding, when you're a new user, I actually am going to be on screen talking to you, explaining to you what you need to do. Yo, did the music just turn off? My headphones just ran out of battery. And then, you know, it's going to ask you, is this a once off? Is this recurring? Once off. And then it's going to go ahead and actually build that team for you. So it's very handheld. You can click on the thing and see the system prompt. You can click on the review agent, see the review prompt. You can regenerate the prompt if you don't like. You can also change the models. Like, it's like, oh, I actually want Codex for this. So it's very handheld, you get me? And then you create the project and it builds out the team for you. But if you're a bit more advanced, you can also just start from scratch. You can connect a GitHub repo, you know, for a project that you're already working on. Like, the onboarding is really important, I get that. So I've put a lot of time and effort into making sure that this is clean. So let's have a look. ACE, Intent Brain, and Flexible Harness. Fix the root cause. ACE currently relies on deterministic role presets and shallow keyword inference, so ambiguous build requests can drift into generic artifact or web work. Add an ACE intent planner that uses the user's connected model to create the board plan, role prompts, mission contract, cadence, deliverables, and verification gates before agents execute. Keep runtime delivery flow, implement in Duo code, PR into main, then verify through. Okay. Add an ACE mission architect planner contract that knows ACE can build workflows like scheduled content generation, scraping, research, scripts, coding tasks, publishing workflows. Expand generated board plans to include strictness, update onboarding so role prompts are AI drafted from the mission. Split into taxonomy, so script can mean content script, executable script, or automation workflows. Only classify web when the user. So maybe it's worth actually, when building a team, you set, maybe this is actually like, it thinks about it and asks a few questions. The plan looks good. I think to enhance the onboarding as well, for the how will you know it's done, can we actually replace step 2 with the AI actually thinking of maybe a few questions, like maybe 3 questions max on maybe ambiguity on what the user's mission is? The user can just toggle between multiple choice or custom options. Kind of like when you're building something in Claude Design. This will provide additional information for the AI agent to understand what it is that it needs to do. So if I was to agent harness research, so now that harness is implemented live, can you do it? Let me get this involved. Do you agree with this plan? ACE agent intent brain and onboarding clarifier. Replace onboarding step 2 currently. How will you know it's done? With an AI clarification step after the user enters the mission. ACE asks up to 3 targeted questions to resolve ambiguity before creating roles, prompts, cadence, and the mission contract. Use the connected model as the ACE mission architect, so none website workflows are understood correctly. Let's see what this thinks. Let's see what it says. I agree with the plan. It targets the actual root cause. ACE is still treating many missions as generic build and artifact work, and the agent team prompts contain enough website app page language that a codex style builder can drift into making a website even when the user wanted a recurring content workflow. The current code supports your diagnosis. So yes, an ACE intent brain / mission architect is the right next layer. The main adjustment I would make, do not frame it as just use whatever AI agent the user connects in an unbounded way. Make it a structured planner step with a strict JSON schema validation and deterministic fallback. Otherwise, you can replace shallow keyword drift with planner hallucination drift. What I would change in the plan: the planner should output a normalized workflow kind, for example, content automation. This matters because script has at least 3 meanings. Okay, so now let me add this. Does this solve your issue? This is exciting. I'm excited to implement this because I think this is really going to enhance the app. Fix straight ACE board bead glows, no findings. We can go ahead and merge. Fix ACE sign up checkout flow. There was an issue. Yeah. The sign up flow promises a trial, which we do not provide. I do want to provide that. Let's see. Yes, this solves the issue much better than the previous plan. The clarification step is exactly the missing piece between user typed a vague mission and ACE created a generic build team. I would make 3 adjustments. Do not remove how will you know it's done entirely. Fold it into the AI clarification step. Success criteria are still critical for gates and role prompts. The AI should ask questions only when they reduce ambiguity. For your scriptwriter case, the question is, do you mean a written content script, an executable code script, or a website app? That one question alone would prevent the landing page drift. I would not hard code Codex as the first planner for all missions. Codex can bias toward code web. Use a planner selection rule or a neutral mission architect prompt over the best connected model. The step 02 question should usually target deliverable type, delivery channel, cadence and inputs. Is the logo of ACE is just an A? That's just a placeholder. I'm gonna create a logo for ACE. We haven't made the logo yet. The plan should also require the planner to output negative constraints for your case. Do not build a website. Do not create. So my verdict: yes, this plan addresses the root cause. The important implementation detail is that step 2 must feed directly into the mission contract. Role prompts, cron prompt workflow type and gates. If it only becomes extra context text, the agents can still drift. This plan addresses the root problem. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. We can merge. Let's actually go in here. This is exciting. This whole time up until this point, we've been trying to get it all to work just through code. But we need an AI agent to manage the AI agents. Makes sense. Intent brain with first class clarification. Okay. How hard is it to send an email? I'm going to ask ChatGPT. How hard is it for my ACE app to integrate a simple email sender that sends the finished output to your email? Pretty easy for ACE. It's probably a 2 out of 10 difficulty feature. Email provider account. Main things you need: API keys and environment variables. The only annoying part is domain verification DNS, not the code. Code-wise, it's probably under 30 lines. I mean, it could send from the build with ace.ai domain. Which is probably an additional thing we want to add here, is like the output might be an email that it sends you. How does that look? I'm wondering if in the cron sends to your email. All right. Can I copy this? Copy. Here is the plan. Do you agree? Could connect Obsidian and have an agent be a project manager inside, keeping project history, goals, changelog, etc., and route agents through with any questions regarding project structure to prevent drift. That's not a bad idea. Great stream, by the way. Learning a lot. Thanks, bro. Mads Dit Levson. I think strong plan with those tweaks. I'd hand it to the planner. I would change 2 before implementation. Do not use Codex first, plan priority universally. Codex first can bias ambiguous missions toward code web artifacts. Use best available planner model. Choose by mission class. If Keep a priority. I would prefer Claude, Gemini for intent clarification, Codex for code execution. Constraints to the schema. The planner should output negative constraints such as do not build a website, do not create a landing page. Schema field. This distinction is what prevents script from being code script or web script. Also worth considering, 3 AI questions, I think it's a bit low. I think we could push that up to 5. This doesn't mean we need to ask 5, but we just ask however many we need, up to 5. Because this might feel a bit overwhelming, it should be multiple choice with a custom answer. So how it would look is that there is multiple questions in the board that they can scroll through, or maybe it's parallax. Once you answer the first question, the next one pops up, and there's multiple choice pills underneath with a custom pill. Once they click the custom pill, they can type in what they want. All right, let's send that. Obsidian is definitely a connector we would want to add for sure. I would like to build a email sending tool for ACE. And basically what it does is whatever the output is, it emails you. What's this? So that's the output. I'm just wondering if there's a connector inside the connector, kind of like an AI agent. They can send there's multiple actions. I think we implement something called actions, and we have a similar setup to what we have with the agent block, where they can pick between multiple different agents, but it's an action block and they can pick between multiple actions. So that could be sending an email, which we need to configure. That could be saving output as a .md file. In a specific location. It could be uploading to GitHub, etc. I also think we should do this, and then I'll leave that. Similar to the agent block, I think we should have a context block, and inside of that context block we group docs, voice note, and URL. And just like in the agent block, how the user can pick between different agents, we have the exact same setup, same UI, same menu bar, where the user can pick between link, mic, icon, or document. And this will help free up the left-hand side menu bar. Because there's just too much stuff on this menu bar right now. I want to kind of reduce it. Okay, let's look at this. Looking good. Five may be too many by default. Use up to 5, but tell the planner to prefer 1, 3 less, unless ambiguity genuinely remains. Otherwise, onboarding may feel heavy. Refining the plan. Yeah, sorry for the no music, by the way, guys. My headphones ran out of battery. Man, that I really like the thumbnail. Finally got it to a level that I'm happy with. This is the version I'd approve. Make the planner schema strict and versioned, for example, so future workflow kinds gates can evolve without breaking old save boards. Ready. Cool. Let's approve this. This is a big change. Making a few big changes actually. And that way we can implement like Instagram API and stuff like that. Yeah, this is working. I think we're good to implement the mission. Where is the mission? Codex errors. What's this? We're currently experiencing issues. Image 2 does not exist errors. It's only to do with image generation. That's fine. remove this. I think we merged this already. Remove agent read labels. Yep, this is good. Toggle mission GitHub action menu. Okay, this is to do with the mission. So let's go ahead. Designer will keep the, okay. Let's download this. Please review the mission contract HTML brief. We want to compact the mission contract because it's taking up too much space. And we also want to now combine the mission document that we receive from the onboarding into the mission contract. And this will not be editable. So once the user has a mission, it stays in the mission contract, uneditable. Review the design rules and implement carefully, as things could break. What up, yo-yo? Probably go on plan mode for this. I'm building ACE, an agentic coding environment, which will basically allow me to create more complex workflows without having to do all that BS around understanding how to create loops and, you know, copy pasting a product requirements document or a report that Codex builds and pasting it into Claude. You know, all that stuff like that it can be time consuming and annoying. And so I'm building an environment where it can just kind of do all of that autonomously. Basically building the harness for multiple agents to be able to talk to one another. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different agent instances working right now. That's 62% of our usage for the day. Let me just refresh. Your agent will work together, your ideas ship themselves. I think we should make that the tone is off. You can see in the backdrop glow of our live website that the tone is actually slightly off. It's a bit warmer in the design. Also, I don't want to make the text white. I actually want to make it like a solid, like the main text, the first line of the header is white and the second line is actually solid yellow, like a warm sunset yellow. Look on the Discord. Yo, that's kind of cool. I kind of like the shape of it, to be honest. I'm gonna actually save it. I don't like the colors, but the shape is kind of cool. I'm gonna save it. Thanks, Emilio. Toggle mission GitHub action. How should existing boards with a visible onboarding mission document be handled? New boards only. That's fine. I never use extra high on Codex because I always feel like it overthinks when I use extra high. So I always leave it at high. Maybe I'm making a mistake. I don't know. You like the colors, silly? I'm trying to do 20 minutes of exercises a day. I mean, that's good. Every single day? Yo, the app is not live. I want to get fit for ice hockey or lacrosse. That's a very American thing to say. I mean, not American, very Canadian thing to say. I mean, good luck. What sort of exercises are you doing? Like push-ups or... Ultra Plan is good with Claude. Toggle mission GitHub action menu. Let's see. For the mission contract also has a drop down menu for GitHub, which is different to what we have right now. Group context sources in board toolbar. Let me just review. Like I said on the Discord, I've got no idea what I'm doing with design. So if you like the shape, it's already great. Thanks, Emilio. Appreciate that. Silly saying, yeah, that's where I'm starting. Like walking for the first and then like playing horse or playing lacrosse on the net or rebound I have. Okay. I mean, good luck. I need to get back into the gym. I haven't been for like 2 weeks now. When I was doing 75 hard, I was going so hard. And I remember as soon as 75 hard stopped, I was just like, I don't want to do anything. But I need to get back into it. All right, let's go ahead and approve. Yo, boxing gym, dude, 100% you should check that out. I really want to get into some sort of combat sports, to be honest. I feel like it'd be fun. Like it's one of those things where like you're learning a skill that doesn't require anything but your body. Like I feel like those are always really good skills to have, like dancing, combat sports, like those skills that you don't need anything else but your own body. Like you'll carry that for the rest of your life wherever you are, no matter what. You know what I mean? So I feel like those skills are always kind of high value. Yeah, I'm from Ontario, so lacrosse or ice hockey is very common. Do you have a coding background? I'm just curious to know because I have no coding background and I'm thinking about learning and building stuff. I have zero coding background, yo. Like, I've never touched code. I've never gone out and learnt it. Like, none of that. Hey, if I ever have clips of me playing lacrosse or hockey, I'll send it your way. Yes, chuck it in the Discord, bro. In the show off channel. I'll have a look. I'll give you some pointers, even though I have no idea what I'm talking about. Yo, conductor's just frozen on me. Conductor is frozen, guys. Oh, okay, it's working again. So the onboarding is probably going to change a little bit. Inside of the ACE wireframes, we have the onboarding setup. Step 2 is different now. How will you know it's done? And this is actually different because we are integrating an AI into the app. So based off of the user's own mission that they've described, step 2 is actually going to ask them questions. Kind of like in Claude Design, how when you want to design something, Claude Design will ask you questions with multiple choice answers. I want the exact same setup, except I want it to feel more like less overwhelming. So maybe it's like a parallax where you answer the first question and then the second one shows up and then the third one. Or we can show it all in the same screen. Could you actually do 2 alternatives for me to view each option side by side? But it's basically going to be asking questions to the user to remove any ambiguity that the agent has. And once that is removed, it will go on to helping like with the other areas. So if the user picks a team of 3, it's able to generate more of a concise prompt for the agent that's more specific to the user and what it is that they want to achieve. Group context sources in board toolbar. Let me go review. Add ACE output action blocks. No findings. We can merge. Warm ACE landing hero glow. Let me just make sure this is merged. Give it a refresh. There we go. Your agents work together, your ideas ship themselves. Looks good. Built for 1-person teams. I think that looks good. Common sense actually is in option LMAO. Brother, really, you have no coding background and building things? That's impressive. Bro, once you get started, once you dive deep, you will understand quickly. that AI does a lot of the heavy lifting. You just need to be good at explaining your ideas. That's all vibe coding is. You are able to concisely explain what it is that you want from your head into the screen. And if you're able to do that, then AI can build it. That's it. Coding and understanding coding, it does kind of alleviate some of the ambiguity. So like if I'm asking something of AI, I'm able to more directly ask for certain things using terminology and stuff like that. There is an advantage to that. However, you can also just do it without having any coding experience. Just saying, I want to build this app, and just like talking for like 5 minutes, get a voice annotation tool like Whisper Flow, like I have right here. When I talk, the text gets outputted. And if you can just talk for 5 minutes to AI about your idea, break it down into every little possible piece, AI will have a good understanding of what it needs to build. Chuck it into ChatGPT, ask it to create a product requirements document based off what you just said, and then it'll look at what you want and then create and write that terminology that you don't have in your own head to give to the AI. Okay, now let's check out the website, start free. Continue with Google. I pick Google, sign in with my account. Gives me the option to pick annual, billed 99 yearly, saved 81 compared with monthly billing. Monthly, let's say continue to checkout. Opening checkout. Stripe checkout is working. Fill in the card details. I'll probably need to do this off screen. Add your promo code. This is cool. Looks like it's working. Nice. That's good. That's the first time we've seen the Stripe checkout, boys. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. Far out. We're actually about to freaking release this app, man. We're getting so close. And I think this agent AI that we're about to add to Ace is really going to enhance the app and get it to a level that I'm happy with. There is a link. There should be a link in the description. Thanks, boys. Appreciate it. That's a big step, big milestone right there. Context, source block, action, email. So regarding the email, is it actually implemented? Don't we need to have additional things in place, like how that email is sent, or does it not matter? What up, Mac? Hey, I'm wondering, how are you on 47K if you just see your Stripe now? That's a good point, right? Is this from other projects? Anyways, nice man, sick milestone. Yeah, so if you read the description, I basically go through how I've made all my money so far, but basically majority of that money was made from a crypto app that I built called Ore Miner. Now, Ore Miner was a trading, in its simplest form, it was a trading bot for this protocol called Ore. And it generated $650,000 in trading volume in its first month. We took a small little fee, and it was basically for this protocol, right? It's called Ore, okay? And it would let users automatically kind of place bets and stuff. And yeah, we were able to generate majority of our earnings from this. However, it quickly died due to me focusing on another app and the competition just making their app better and better to a level where I was no longer able to compete. And so if you go on X, you can even see the app right here. Yeah, the header doesn't work, Emilio. I need to fix that. But you can kind of see like we had like a bit of motion, you know, a few thousand per post. You know, we had a leaderboard. Some people were making thousands of dollars on the app. You know, some of our posts did really well, 126 likes. But yeah, you can kind of see like this post went crazy, 61,000 views. We got retweeted by the co-founder of Solana. Right here. Hell yeah, glad I could help a founder out. This guy retweeted us, which was pretty crazy, which really propelled us. So yeah, this is the first app that we built, and this essentially didn't do that well long term, right? And so what ended up happening was now I'm stuck at 47K and I've got no money coming in. Which is, it's not a bad problem to have, you know? So now we have, no, this new update hasn't been merged yet. Yes, it is implemented, but it is not self-contained email delivery. What exists now? Action block can be added and configured as email. It passes recipient subject through the workflow. After ACE produces output, the server runs the email action. It sends through SMTP using node mailer. If SMTP is not configured, it does not crash the run. The action is marked skipped errored on the board. Runtime environment config, for example. So yes, the email action is real, but ACE cannot send email by itself. It needs a mail transport. That could be current limitations. There is no UI yet for configuring. Per action details, recipient subject. Okay. Group context sources. Okay, this is a big update. All right, I feel you. Builder myself for a spontaneous train trip from big cities. Sending you much love and force. I appreciate that, Mac. Thanks, man. All right, so now the board is filled up, cleared up a little bit, and we've got this context block, which we can swap. Okay, one thing I did notice with the context block is it lets you choose between different things. Okay. One thing with the context block is, unlike the ACE agent block, which lets you pick between different models, and only once you click out of it, it's selected. The context block shows me the menu bar, and then the moment I click on one of them, it just makes that the default, which the user should have the ability to like click and switch between different context blocks on that menu when it first pops up, and only once they click out does it lock in. Same mechanics as the agent block. Okay, now we've got the action block. Not this one. What is the action? Is it this one? Okay. So the action block, what's this? Output. The action block should have the same menu, bubble menu, as the agent block, which lets you slide between choosing different models. That's the action block should have that as well. And we should put the email as well as save.md inside of there. Think of anything else that might be useful to have inside of an action block. This is the output of the agents. Where should it go? What are some additional things that users might want to do with it? Toggle mission GitHub action menu. Let me get a review on this. This is a big change. Can I compact? Or can I start a new chat? I'm almost tempted to tick off payment gateway because we've kind of done that. No. Ace agent intent brain. Let me go and review. Inside of here, I think it may have finished, hopefully. Let's remove the guesswork. I kind of like that. I like the let's remove the guesswork. Alternative A, progressive reveal. Let's lock in into the onboarding. I want to export this as a standalone HTML. Yo, I'm just gonna do a quick bathroom break. Be right back. Right. Let me have a look at this. He leaves us, guys. We're now alone. Damn, are you guys sleeping or maybe not watching the stream? Yeah, bro, everyone's dead. To be fair, we only got 7 in the live stream right now, which is on the lower end. Medjool, what's good? Shit, what did I miss? The app looking clean now? Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I'm always here, just not talking. I may be doing stuff with the family, etc. Oh, fair enough. I mean, I usually have it all in the background. Like the live streams in the background. Please review the build. Merge. Move ace action setup into picker bubble. Keep context source picker open on selection. Merge. I noticed a lot of people actually watch the live streams, like not live. Like if we look at actually the live stream views, consistently getting over 2,000 to 1,500 views. A lot of people actually don't even watch the live; they just come back later. So yeah, worth noting. Okay. Standalone. Is it this one? Yes. Let's have a look. Let's remove the guesswork. Okay, cool. Download. I can't review the actual build yet because I don't see it in the workspace or the fetched remotes. So the implementation you tried is not... Okay, send me the PR link. Provide branch name, PR link, commit ID, etc. That's called a VOD doobie? Oh yeah. I meant to say that. I can't lie, I also need Claude Max, and I've been just using Codex Pro, but today I feel like I'm stuck as Claude always hitting limits and need to wait. Dude, I'm telling you, Codex is better, man. I have designed the onboarding for the multiple choice questions. Please implement it. In step 2, please implement it. I feel like Codex is better for bigger tasks and Claude is really good to correct small details. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, that's a good point. Codex, yeah, I see that. I think that's a good take. I'm using Claude for designing and Codex for implementing the code. I haven't tried Gemini yet, though. I don't think you need to be honest. Gemini is good for design and research. That's about the two things that it's good at. I have heard good things about Chinese models. Yes. I do want to implement them into ACE as well. So users have way more variety in the different types of models that they can use to talk to one another. Nice. For the URL icon, there's no actual way to add the URL. I think there should be like a little box in URL to add the URL. I know usually it just pops out, so we need to fix that. And then the action step. We need to change the action step icon as it looks the same as the output block icon. Reviewed. Not ready as the full ACE intent brain implementation. It is a useful deterministic intent guardrail pass, but it does not yet implement the AI clarification plan described in the plan, and a few harness paths can still produce brittle or misleading execution contracts. Is not AI generated. This misses the core requirement. Use the connected Claude Gemini planner to ask mission specific questions. The model priority change only applies to the fresh board planner path, not onboarding step 02. Generated AI board plans are not actually consistency validated. Worse, non-web content workflows still require file artifacts. Promo image and scheduled content workflows get a required gate. That gate only checks changes file directions, not ACE's primary output text. The exact daily script writer inside ACE use case, this can still fail unless the agent writes a file. ACE needs a first-class workflow output exists. Final Draft only or no external action does not override inferred side effects. How will you know it's done? Input effectively disappeared. Okay, let me copy this. Merge. Toggle mission GitHub action menu. You send a test email to dapp@gmail.com to verify it works. Let's see if the test email worked. ACE email delivery test. This is a test email sent by Codex. Note the ACE email action itself was not able to send from the workspace because it is not configured. The ACE action return. Okay. How to configure email for a separate email that is specific to ACE. So when users use this module, they get emailed by the ACE email. we're waiting on this right here. Manage screen is great. I'm pushing it to the remote reacher branch. I just want to chuck in this. I just connected to Ace website with my email and it said connected with Google. Okay, I'll fix that. Just connected to the Ace website with my email and it said it connected with Google. Please fix. Can we also make sure that the Ace landing page header also works? So when I'm clicking the Ace logo, it takes me back to the home page. Product, pricing, docs, and changelog all take me to the right section in the landing page. If there isn't a section for a certain button, then just remove the button. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. I think we've got a decent amount done today. We are in the middle of building Ace's brain, basically, for its own AI model, which will help with planning. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Peace out. Thanks for joining me, Silly Led, Emilio. Thank you, Majul, Yo-Yo. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you. Mads, John, AI Moneymaker, AI Bitcoin Rich, Drew, Unk Tones, Damon, Slyfawn. Thanks for all joining, guys. Really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys all. Peace out.